Red 2 standing by, all 4 lit, and in the green. Welcome back to the Legend of the Z3M3 Randomiser, and check out our armor. We can't see it behind the shield, but we have a very snazzy suit that appears to be based on 1 Miles Edgeworth. Not too bad. Phoenix is finally moving up in terms of style, at least as far as Edgeworth would think anyway. Because let's be honest, Phoenix's own ensemble is pretty damn good. Lazy Octorox. Not happy with my style. Okay, so we can now go into the deepest parts of this dungeon and collect one of the crystals. We have 2 pendants. We need to beat Ridley. We need crystals 4 and 7. We need 2 boss tokens. Most of the work is up to Phoenix because the only thing Wario needs to do as far as boss fights go is defeat Ridley, and that gets us whatever Shamalama Ding Dong has for the blue for the green pendant. And jeez, we made bank. Wario knows where to find the money, that's for sure. Very impressive. Unfortunately, we don't have to waste a whole lot of money on all the upgrades. So we will, of course, get an absolute bonanza if we go through Ganon's Tower. So I can do this. Now let me check all my stuff. So I still don't have the big key for the Palace of Darkness, so I don't want to go there just yet. I can get one last check in Thieves' Town though. You'll notice that I've still got 3 spare keys for Misery Maya. I didn't need to waste time bumbling around. But we're so close. So very, very close to success. It's been a heck of a journey. There have been some times where I was really grasping at straws. But that moment has come. We're getting all the evidence we need together, and the case is flying along. With Wario finding some fantastic treasure, the team is looking strong. $20. Up we go. We also need to eventually beat Aghanim too. So I haven't even beaten the first Aghanim. Oh, nice. Spin attack. There's money in here, too. Still haven't got... I haven't got double magic, which is a little sad. I suppose it's not essential for beating the game, but boy, does it help out a lot. Because you just wind up with a whole lot of challenges that need it. Especially some of the boss fights. It's very interesting the way Link's magical abilities have changed over time. You had traditional RPG-style spells in Zelda 2, which made for some interesting combinations. The jump spell naturally improved your jumping, which was really handy, because that game was one of the few times where Link could actually jump on his own. For quite some time it was the only one. Whoa, we're under siege. Help. So yeah, it took... Because obviously things like Ocarina of Time where you automatically jump off ledges and things, that doesn't quite count. It really did take until... I think until Breath of the Wild for Link to manually control his jumping without an item again. Which is pretty interesting. But yeah, so there was the jump spell. There was the shield spell, which buffed your defense. There was the life spell, which restored your health. There was the fairy spell, which transformed you into a fairy, and you could actually sneak through locks. Like, you could sneak through locked doors in dungeons, which was really creative. Alright, we're ready to fight the boss. So, yeah, life, jump, shield, life, fairy. There was the fire spell, which powered up your sword beams, but even then certain enemies wouldn't take damage. There was the reflect spell, which basically let you reflect certain magical attacks and made Karok an absolute joke. You were supposed to have it to beat him. Oh, by the way, 1 silver arrow will nobble these. So yeah, Karok was an absolute joke. Vamos! We can get into Turtle Rock. That's good, so I can sneak into the Dark World and go get that check in Thieves' Town. Very nice. So I'll quickly warp over there. Yeah, and the spell was supposed to have random effects, but just sort of turned enemies into blobs. And although you didn't get much experience from those blobs, which was a right royal pain in the butt. And then there was the Thunder spell, which was your big screen wipe that took up half your magic, even at maximum. But was, of course, necessary. Did I get an extra key for Skull Woods? No, I did not. But of course was necessary to defeat the penultimate boss. Again, a little frustrating, because you didn't really have enough magic to heal yourself. You couldn't find any during the fight. So yeah, you were kind of screwed. Then this game introduced the magic meter as we know it. Because it was really weird just having all the different points for spells and things like that. But yeah, it is not a very typical game, Zelda 2. But yeah, certain magical items evolved from this particular idea, the overall, the original magic meter of Zelda 2. But the whole system was pretty much greatly simplified. Then you didn't have any magic in Link's Awakening, but you did have the Fire Rod, which you could just shoot with ridiculous capacity. You actually could just chain attacks with it very quickly, to the point that it was genuinely possible to wind up stun-locking Hothead. And it was kind of funny on top of that. So there was that, then there was, then Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask basically adapted the same same approach as this game, but with the slight variation that you actually doubled your magic meter instead of halving the cost for everything, which is pretty cool. Then you had magic in Wind Waker, which you could double ridiculously easily, as I showed. Then there was supposed to be a magic meter. It was originally planned for Twilight Princess, but they didn't wind up working it in because I think you could actually find just missiles. You could actually wind up finding green chew jellies, which were pretty interesting, and I think sometimes you can actually blend blue and yellow, but green chews don't actually have any effect. So, yeah, then they didn't have any magic in They had a stamina meter in Skyward Sword. They didn't have any magic meter in the DS games. A Link Between Worlds kind of gave you a sort of hybrid stamina meter for using your items. Your special items all required the use of the stamina meter, but it recharged on its own. So it was a bit of a weird one. I'll have to blitz through Turtle Rock. That can probably wrap up this episode. And yeah, there's not a real magic meter per se for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, but you get a lot of magical items, but they're not always tied. Okay, so oh, what's in here? I haven't gone in here. Because there's something in here. I haven't had the ability to go through here. Okay. Oh, it's good that I came here. Because we can beat the boss. I think we have to beat the boss of that to get one of the dungeon tokens. So, oh dear. I don't have green potion. Damn it. Alright, well, we'll just start here, get some health back. And down we go. So I've been distracted again. But that always happens. We still don't have the Book of Medora. I mean, it's only useful for a couple of item checks, but it's just weird that I don't have it. You just notice some of these things. Like, the Book of Medora is definitely up there in the not interesting but not really used for a lot. But, of course, that's the weird thing. It's vital. You actually need it to beat the game, because you need to use it to get the ether medallion, so that you can get into Misery Mire in the first place. Oh no, I need magic. I do not have magic, and I am sad. I am very sad. I am in need of magic. Those are bombs. Sir, I require one of your finest magic. That's a key. I might have enough to use the lamp. Alright. Do these give me magic? They give me hearts. Thank you. Not much, but it's enough. Alright, wake up, die, and these are the only torches you actually need to light in the entire dungeon. Okay. So yeah, the magic rod actually, in the first game, actually didn't need magic at all. It was just sort of there. But you did need the magic book, which was explicitly a Bible in the Japanese version to make its shots explode in flame. Ha ha! The soon as I can hit my target, I'll be fine. Predicting their movement does kind of suck. But that wasn't bad. That is an irony. That is an amazing, amazing irony. This game has made some absolute dick moves at times, and all I have to say is, well played. Well played. Now, I can't actually leave the area of the Misery Mire, so I have to loop all the way around and go get a couple of checks. Because I can now get whatever the Bombos and the Ether Medallions are. That is trolling of the highest caliber. That is superb. That is honestly superb. It's really, really funny. Like when I got to the area where you first get where you're supposed to get your first 2 power bomb checks in Super Metroid, and they're both regular bombs. That was gold. That was just too good to pass up. You gotta respect it. You gotta respect a genuinely funny troll like that. Kind of like when you get those masterful troll levels they could make in Super Mario Maker. The best troll level is the one that still lets you know you're allowed to be in on the joke too. Where it's kind of creative about it. And yes, this random vulture will blow up and we get the Norfair boss keycard. So if we want, I can take Wario off to go fight Ridley. Hi there everyone. Future me stepping in for a little bit here because I've had an epiphany. Now, you will see a lot later on that there are certain areas in the game where I'm completely and utterly stuck because I don't know where to go to find certain items. One of these items was the keycard to Meridia. I found that and a couple of other items that I'll put at the end of the final episode. But one of the things I was absolutely certain I was missing was the keycard to get into the Crocomire fight. You will notice that I said I can go and fight Ridley when I got this. This is the keycard that lets me fight Crocomire. I've had what I needed the entire time and I didn't realise. So I've been a complete and utter bozo, and I'm probably going to be groaning at myself when I edit going, oh, where's Crocomire's boss keycard? Where's the boss keycard for regular Norfair? And I've been sitting there with it on the screen and I haven't noticed for several hours. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I'm gonna have to wear this one, so I just thought I'd let you know I did eventually realise, and I feel like a complete moron. Oh well, back to the game. I've been calling him riddles most of the time. Alright, up the mountain we go. It's always worth cutting through here because, well, it avoids damage. It's a little slower, but you avoid getting hit by rolling rocks. And given they completely ignore your armor, good thing to ignore. Down we go. I wonder what we're going to get next. We can't have too much more, but I do need one more highly important check. I can't beat Trinex without the ice rod. And it's kind of stupid. I think I've said it before. that Sarsaparilla will tell you to go and get the item from around Lake Hylia. And you find out about the ice rod, that it's there, but it's just so inconvenient. Like, it doesn't really do very much for you because its shots are so slow and it's kind of costly for magic that you just write it off. And I mean, and if you decide not to get it, bombs. Great. So the Book of Medora was a wash. At least I can get into, Turtle Rock now. But yeah, so that... So yeah, it doesn't seem like it's going to do anything. And then you suddenly find out, right at the end of the game, that, oh, you actually conveniently need to have this to beat Trinex. Just great. Though, of course, with my... Side note, with my usual pun-based approach to things, I am finally using a Doduo in a Pokemon game. I am playing a gold version again. I've been helping my brother fill out his Pokedex, and I decided that I'd be playing gold again too, and I've been helping out, so I decided I'd actually use Doduo this time around. I had to do a bit of trading because Doduo always winds up coming a fair bit later in the game. So I got my Doduo, and being an imaginative soul, I decided I'd homage this game and name it Tripex, because it gets 3 heads. Through we go. We are armed with keys. It's this one, isn't it? No. Gonna be a little bit of rust. So, up through here, we can get access to a couple of checks. But we need to be a good shot with the fire rod. Screw it up. I screwed it up. Alright, we'll wait. So, what we do is we go this way, then... That does the trick. Quickly run on through. And watch out for those spiked rollers. They do a lot of damage. Which is usually non-negotiable damage. Your armor won't always save you. So, we get a little bit of magic. Oh, a key for the castle tower. There's the ice rod. Okay, I'm lazy. Easier trick. So, it's going to be a bit of a time getting through here. But I've got nearly everything I need. Which is really fortunate. So we can get another check in here. Okay, more health. So, you need to be walking backwards to get past that ice statue. Some of these things you do genuinely wonder how on earth people were supposed to figure them out back in the day. some solutions to puzzles can be a little obtuse. There can be some genuinely tricky adversaries in there. Some really annoying puzzles along the way. And, oh yeah, fun fact. There's the first appearance of the Chain Chomp.
You were close.
It wasn't actually a Super Mario game. It was A Link to the Past. Genuinely their first appearance. And they are guarding that chest with their lives. The not very helpful grapple beam. But that does allow me to go back into Meridia and get whatever the Shack Tool check is for the spring ball. Which admittedly you do not need over the course of the game. Now, admittedly, the controls for it are so obtuse, I didn't actually realise that the spring ball was in Metroid Prime Remastered. I think you get it with the Morph Ball, but using the control scheme I had, you have to shake the controllers to jump. And yeah, that was really confusing because why is it not actually bound to the jump button? You know, the thing it kind of makes... Wow, 4 for the price of 1. Why is it not bound to the thing it actually makes sense for it to be bound to? Like... whose brilliant idea was it to sort of keep it stuck on shaking the controls or something like that? Why? Maybe it works differently if you have a different control scheme, but why would you not just say, okay, when you're in Morph Ball form, press the jump button to, you know, actually jump? Now, I think I need to sneak through here for a check. I'll take an arrow upgrade. Yeah, it just baffled me, to be honest. But it's there, and it's actually really helpful. It's very good having it, I'm going to be honest about that, because it just makes some Morph Ball puzzles that little bit easier. Like trying to get the energy tank on the way out of Norfair to Fendrana Drift. That becomes a lot easier. So it's definitely good having it in the game. It's just that they did not choose the smartest way of letting us know it was in the game. Because the game doesn't actually tell you. You don't actually get notified that you have the spring ball unless you pay attention to Samus's notes. Which is a bit annoying. Okay, there's a hidden heart piece here normally. So, it's very obtuse. You basically have to get it into your head that... Wait, we can actually change back to the normal bow? I didn't realize that. I mean, why would you? But, yeah, that's pretty neat. So, this... The map... Oh, why? What do the maps replace, anyway? Because I don't think you actually get anything. I don't think you get pickups for the map. Save yourself a little bit of... Are they the bombs? Did it honestly take me this long to get the damn bombs? Like, okay, I know power bombs work, but there's this thing... Efficiency and convenience. So we can go off to the side and get some money, but I don't think I need... I do not need significant amounts of money. Not at this point in the game. So I will just proceed. Another heart piece. Okay, I don't think I can actually get to the boss. I don't think I can unlock the last door to get to the boss. But I'm pretty sure I can make my way out of here. We've still got some good checks. Of course, I need to work... I may actually need to beat Ridley. Okay. Whoa, the slowdown. So I can't get to the boss. Unless one of these is a key for this dungeon. I don't think the game is going to be quite that generous. So we'll see what we get. Ah, well, that's generous. And I fell off overcorrecting. So we don't want to go outside just yet, do we? Oh, the level 1 keycard for Brinstar. So I can't... I probably need to go outside... Oh. But which one do I... Which... Okay, so I've got to beat this, and I've got to beat the Palace of Darkness. Probably do need to go outside. Why did I let myself get lasered? Can I beat the Palace of Darkness quickly? What? Okay, so that's Crystal 4. So I need to beat both of those. I need to beat both of those, but I can't get into the last boss. I need one more key for here. Let's go back to the light world. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. So I'll leave my dungeons, I'll storm the tower and defeat Aghanim because that does give me another check. I will wrap up by beating Aghanim because that's probably going to be the quickest thing I can do. There might be some other checks in there. I don't know if there are. I think it's just keys you get from defeating enemies. But the lumberjack check will be worth a look. And it will be worth seeing what the Master Sword actually is. Because to be fair, I could be recording all night, but I think my voice is running a little dry. I don't exactly fear any enemies. Oh, I can't beat Aghanim. Ah, it's specifically Aghanim's tower, isn't it? Pooh. I guess that's basically me just presenting the wrong evidence. At least they do wind up going out of their way to make some very, very funny moments when you do wind up presenting the wrong evidence, or going for the answer that is obviously wrong but very, very, very funny. I think it's actually possible, I think in case 2 of the original, to claim that Red, White and Martin Grossberg were lovers, and pretty much everyone will chew you out for putting the ridiculous image in their head, but Phoenix will note that it just felt right to do something silly like that. And amusingly, in Rise from the Ashes, there's actually a point where, for one of the penalties, various people wind up threatening to throw their shoes at Phoenix. But, in a very interesting case of... I'm not sure what the best way to describe it is. Somebody had done a homage to the Frantics sketch Last Will and Temperament by essentially animating it with Ace Attorney characters. Very appropriate that they put Winston Payne as the wimpy husband. But basically, I think the Frantics actually acknowledged the sketch and thought it was really creative. And to make things even funnier, the sketch wound up getting a reference in the trilogy re-release. I'm sad. It wound up getting a reference in the trilogy release of Ace Attorney, which was released about 2016 or so, with one of the judge's lines changed to... One of the judge's lines in that scene is actually changed to, maybe this boot to the head will knock some sense into you. It's a very clever reference. The whole thing is so well done. I mean, in real life, you are not really going to get away with bequeathing people boots to the head, even if they deserve it. But, oh well. It's really cool when you do get those little moments that actually sort of become... I'm not sure, I think... Ascended fanon is the term TV Tropes uses for it. But like those little moments where it's just something a fan winds up suggesting can just wind up being so well liked, it's made into part of the series. Of course, give credit where it's due. That is very important to do. But I think it just speaks to the power of creativity that fans can have, really. All those wonderfully imaginative ideas. So we get a map for a dungeon I have long since beaten. Where do I need to go next? There's one other thing I'm thinking of. I'll see if I do need to do that. Ah, rightio, I do need to get this check. Which is... Okay, that one's not as funny. That's just... That's just flat out evil. It has been so torturous sometimes. The amount of stuff that has been dragged out through this. I've had to go so long in between getting things. Now, I can just wind up putting a block with the Cane of Samaria on it, but this is easier. It's also a lot less costly. Rooms like this are basically a check for, do you have the bow? If you do not have the bow, you do not get to proceed. I mean, that's kind of the... Well, I suppose it's kind of the point. But, well, how would you get here if you didn't have the bow in the first place? Because you can't defeat the, are they Igors? I don't think you can't defeat the red Igors just using pots. You have to use the bow. Okay. We're nearly there. I promise we're nearly there. We are nearly at the end of the episode. Just a little bit more to go. Lousy turtles. Probably better light the torches so I can see what I'm doing a little better. Now here's one of the problems. Again, there's kind of a problem with your inventory that it is actually possible. It is almost more efficient to not have full health because sometimes the damage checks actually wind up screwing you over because you wind up hitting the enemy with your sword beam instead of the full power of your sword. It's especially irritating with stronger weapons. So, this bit I do need the hammer for. So this can be a bit tedious, but I don't know if bombs do this faster. There's some real slowdown here. But yeah, this can be kind of a tough challenge given that you've only got 10 hearts maximum. And he's doing 2 hearts worth of damage. Alright. Let me put an arrow in your brain. What? Silver arrows, baby! I am gonna have to make sure I've put up flashing light warnings. Ooh, reserve tank. Not gonna complain about that. So, if we want, the fat man with a German voice actor can go down to Torian. I'd rather get some more energy tanks. I think I'll trust Phoenix to sweep through Ganon's tower. Because we can go and do Turtle Rock, and I am stopping here. Thank you very much for joining me. It's interesting to know that you won't restart in the Dark World until you've beaten Aghanim. But, till next time, this is Red 2, returning to base.